Harley, can you chill? Hey guys, it's Candace from the Edgy Veg, and today I am going to show you 3 ways to level up your tofu. So tofu is a thing that a lot of vegans love to eat, and a lot of vegans hate that people assume that vegans eat. The thing with tofu is that it's super easy to make boring and bland and just gross. But it's also super easy to make delicious and flavorful and exciting. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can level up your tofu, taking your tofu from bland to beautifully, wonderfully delicious and orgasm in your mouth. Let's start with a couple tofu tips that maybe you don't know if you are new to cooking tofu. First thing we are going to do is grab some firm tofu. You can use firm, extra firm, whatever you want. I really wouldn't go anything softer than either firm or extra firm because you want the tofu to retain its shape, but you have to press it. So most tofu comes in this little, I don't know what you would call this, air sealed plastic thing with some liquid. And if you leave your liquid in your tofu, then your marinade or your whatever you're cooking it with can't really, like the flavor can't penetrate the tofu. So we have to press that. So I'm gonna show you the quickest, simplest way for you to press your tofu. So there's all these crazy gadgets out there that you can buy that'll press your tofu for you. But I mean, I have enough kitchen gadgets in my home. I don't need more. So I find that the easiest way to do this, you don't need anything fancy, is just take some paper towel, throw it onto a cutting board or another surface. So I'm just using a pizza stone. Drain your tofu. Throw the tofu on there. Cover it with more paper towel. I like to use about 4 to 5 squares of paper towel just so that there's enough to soak up all the liquid. And then take something heavy. So I have a cast iron pan and a cast iron pan. Just 2 different types of cast iron pans. And I'm just gonna throw that on top of the tofu and let that sit for about 15 minutes. It's a fun little kitchen contraption. The more stuff you pile on top here, the faster this will go. But I've also had all that stuff topple over. So this is about as high as I'm going today. All right, so level 1 is a super easy tofu marinade. I find a lot of people just think that they can throw tofu into a pan. I mean, you can with a couple seasonings and then they wonder why their tofu is super bland. I like to marinate my tofu. You can marinate it for up to 2 days, so you can prep it on like Monday and then eat it on Wednesday, and it has all that beautiful flavor infused into the marinade. The simplest marinade ever is just tamari or soy sauce and apple cider vinegar. It's so easy, it's quick, it's delicious. It adds a little bit of something on the inside of the tofu. So let's make that marinade now. So I have 3/4 cups of tamari that I'm just throwing into this Tupperware container. Then I have 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar and then 1/4 cup of water. Then you can just throw your tofu in there. So I have pressed this tofu for about half an hour. I've cut it up into cubes and we're just gonna throw that in here and let that marinate. So you can marinate that for, I would say about 30 minutes at the minimum, but you can marinate it for up to 2 days. And I like to take all the little cubes and break them apart so that the marinade is getting into all 4 corners. Now the tofu is marinated. Now you can even eat this raw by throwing it like onto a salad or something if you want some extra protein in a salad, or you can just pan fry it. You can also go to level 2, which I'll show you in a second, but it's really great for a stir fry to just like throw these marinated guys in with a little bit of oil, some veggies, serve it on some rice or noodles. It's a quick, easy, delicious way to have tofu. Okay, so once the tofu is nice and crispy, I just like to take it out of the pan so that I can cook up my vegetables, because if the tofu is nice and crispy and then you add your veggies in there, the steam from the veggies is going to make the tofu soft. So I just like to take it out of the pan and set it aside until I'm ready. And then I'm just going to add my vegetables and cook that until it is tender, about 10 minutes. So that's level 1, easy marinated tofu. So to make this coating, all we need is some wheat germ, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, and a little bit of salt. And we're just gonna mix that together, and then that's what we're going to toss our tofu in. So you can just take your tofu and coat it with this and then bake it in the oven. air fry it in an air fryer or just pan fry it on the stove. I'm just gonna put it on this plate here. You want some liquid in the tofu for this coating, but not so much that the coating turns into like a weird paste. So I'm just throwing it onto a paper towel lined plate first to get rid of any excess. All right, now that we've dabbed our tofu a little bit, it's really just as easy as picking up this paper towel and just, you know, tossing the tofu in here. And then just toss the tofu in the coating until it's completely coated. So you can bake this tofu or fry it. Today, I felt like frying it. You get extra crispiness out of that when you do it that way. This is why deep fryers are fucking awesome. Turn. There we go. Very carefully take your tofu out of the pan from the oil, place it onto a lined plate. And that's level 2, crispy, delicious tofu that you can fry or bake in the oven. So this is the part of the day where the mic failed. Level 3 is toss your tofu in your favorite sauce. I'm going to show you how to make an easy sweet and sour tofu sauce, but you can really choose any sauce that's your favorite. I have a bunch on my website and my cookbook if you're looking for some other variations, but I love this sweet and sour sauce. It's super easy to make at home. All you need is 1 cup of canned pineapple juice, 3/4 cups of coconut sugar, 1/3 cup of rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons of ketchup, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now, because I'm using coconut sugar and not traditional white sugar, the sauce is going to come out a little bit browner than the traditional sweet and sour sauce. But we're gonna throw all of those ingredients into a saucepan and bring that to a boil. Make sure that you're stirring that constantly. Now that this is boiling, we are going to add our cornstarch slurry. So this is just 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. We're gonna bring that to a boil again, and it's just going to help thicken up the sauce. And that's level 3, saucy, delicious tofu. And if you want more sauce recipes, check out my blog. All right, there you guys have it. Tofu 3 different ways. We have marinated and fried. You can also bake this, or I mean, do really anything with this. Eat it raw. We have our crispy tofu, and then we have our tofu covered in sauce. I mean, I already know that they're delicious, but oh my god, it's so good. And you know what? The great thing about this marinade is that this only marinated for like 15 minutes, and it really penetrates the tofu. It's so good. We have our crispy fried tofu, my favorite thing on the planet. There's a restaurant in Toronto called Fresh, and that's what I based this recipe off of. It's so good. It's like $5 to get a side of it, and it's worth every penny. And then we have our sweet and sour sauce. Just put sauce on everything. All right, guys, well, let me know how you like your tofu by leaving me a comment in the comment section below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you get notified every time I have a new video. And if you like this series, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up so that I know to make more of them because you guys love them so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.